Sunday evening for a sunset drive. Got old Blue running again just a little bit ago. Just got her running again. She's been grounded for a week. Bad water pump. Got that replaced. I had a guy working for me on it, and he messed up really. He didn't get the. He really tore up the thermostat housing on it. He never did get it to stop leaking. I discovered what he did wrong. He didn't degrease the block, and he probably over tightened it. Might not have had the bead formed right. What else did he do? He did a bunch of stuff. Got 2 thumbs up. Okay, now I got 5 right. Showing nobody in the room. Hope y'all can see this. Sun's almost down. I should have started this video earlier. I'm just making sure I'm not getting any leaks or anything. I had to redo the thermostat. I am buffering out more than I'm buffering. This is aggravating. Samsung 21, AT&T, and I ain't got nothing here, guys. This is a shame to see myself buffering myself. It's a shame. You know, guys like Rex can go out in the mountains, way out in the middle of nowhere. Never have a pixelation, perfect video. I'm all over the place, the cell phone towers all around me. And didn't get a clear picture. Y'all wonder why it's like looking through a closet door right now. Everybody tell me to turn the phone around. I can't do it. This phone don't let me do that. Not now since I've been it used to. So I reset it. Hang on. I'm aggravated with this phone. I'm trying to handle it and do drive at the same time. This phone's aggravated so much. Turn the video back around. Stop to do it, I guess. It's already set. I was going to show you the sunset. Things already. Wow. This phone is aggravating. Oh, there's the sunset. Yeah, there's a car behind me. I can't just stop. Wow. This is really, really, really aggravating. I keep hitting that button. I'll come around this one and just see it. There. Camera won't turn around, won't switch. Every time I try it, it messes up. I don't know, it's aggravating. Let's try it one more time, see what it does. There we go, we did that time. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Let's see if I can get that sunset in here. Going down fast. So, I just want to reflect a little bit on this thing with the tornadoes. Real tragedy. A lot of people lost their lives. What? I hadn't even seen the last count. The last I saw was like 70 people in Kentucky. You know, we had the people at the, about 7 the people at that service center for warehouse Amazon had, and the other people. They hit like, what, 5 states? One of the tornadoes went way over 200 miles. I've seen different numbers on that, so I'm not going to quote it. Not all the numbers agreed that I saw, but one of them looked like it said 277 miles. It was a wide tornado. I didn't see the rating on it. I assumed it was EF5. And I got to tell you, those are nasty tornadoes. I can take y'all on a tour around my place from the one that hit back in 2011, come close to me. There's still houses that never got rebuilt. There's just slabs there. And I assume that's where a lot of people lost their lives. These tornadoes that hit, and it's odd it happens here in December, almost winter time. That's really odd. Lee Wilbarger was telling a lot of people, he says, welcome to Grand Solar Minimum, the weak magnetosphere. What the weak magnetosphere really is separate from the Grand Solar Minimum, but you get more serpentine flows of the jet streams, different things. So yeah, it was really warm here the day before. I mean, really, really, really warm. Friday and then Saturday, it started cooling off. It cooled off all day long. So, you know, that Friday night, Saturday morning was rough. That was a bad time. And we need to pray. You can't pray for the ones that are dead. If they're gone, pray for their families. Pray for their families, pray for their friends and loved ones. And I got to stop here. I'm going to pull over this church parking lot. That's this guy over behind me. The guy following me. I'm in Tennessee. That truck across there is in Alabama. But that striped line is a state line. I'm on state line road. Hang on, I'll pull off the road here and let this guy pass me. He's been behind me. He can already turned. Let him by me there. Y'all can let the sun set. Maybe I can read some comments here if the sun don't blind me. All right, let's see what people saying here. We got a true helper in here. Oh, it won't let. I can't go all the way back to the top because my phone buffered out so much. True helper. Hello, good evening, Mr. Allison. Feed seems a bit choppy. Yeah, it is. That's what I was trying to comment on. It's really aggravating me. So thank you for saying smash a thumbs up. It's been a little better. Greg, you're spoiling. Yeah, ain't nothing I can do about it. This is the top end This is the top end phone. It's a Samsung S21 5G. I guarantee there's cell phone towers all around here. Could just be the trees. It does have trouble with trees, but it's supposed to revert to 4G if the 5G ain't working. So shoot, sorry, Mr. Allison, the buffering is really bad. Yeah, it is. Shouldn't be at all. You know, you see guys like Rex, he can ride up in the mountains on a bicycle and get constant, continuous coverage all the time. He never has this problem. Never any population. I got it all the time, constant. New days, always. Even Greg and Raymond, howdy y'all. I'm going to be on with Lee later tonight, Lee Wilbarger. We're going to go live around 7 my time. I've been working on this truck the past couple of days, trying to fix the stuff that the mechanic messed up on. I don't claim to be a mechanic. The other guy does, but his work was real sloppy. And I would have had trouble if I'd left it the way he had. One, he busted the housing on my thermostat. He didn't put it on right in the first place. And leaked water like crazy. He did it all wrong. He was in a hurry. Bend had a little short. Had to have a little bend in it, and he had it kinked. And the kink in it wouldn't let the water flow. So I knew it was going to be a problem. So I took that off and replaced it. I got it all working. It's not leaking as far as I can tell. I'm worried though about where he put the water pump on this sloppy as his other work was. I was really worried about that, so I drove it some. I've looked at it. I haven't seen any signs of any leakage or any steam, so I think I'm good. I still got a little bit of a brake issue with this vehicle. I need to replace a master cylinder, and it may have a little bit of a leak in one of the wheel cylinders. One of the wheels, the driver's side dually in the back may have a little bit of a fluid leak. I noticed that last night. It leaks a lot of brake fluid out. I got to get that fixed, but I got to have another vehicle running right before I do it. The white Vanna White, she's got a bit of an issue, and that she's got a gas leak, and it gets intolerable to drive in it because the fumes fill the cabin up. It's not safe to drive. So I need that fixed before I work on the brakes on this. And I need one vehicle good while the other is being fixed. So it's been iterative. I've been not either vehicle work being safe to drive. At least now I can halfway drive this as long as I keep brake fluid in it. So that's where I'm at. It's just kind of a struggle right now. Just about out of money for getting all this stuff done. Real tight finances. So I'm not going to work on Vanna White until after probably next weekend. I'm out of money. So just barely got it all handled here. I just thought I'd drive toward the sun here and give the truck more than anything. Plus I hadn't seen it in a few days. We've had some bad weather though, as y'all know. So what should y'all do from a prepping standpoint about tornadoes? That's really what we ought to talk about. Tornadoes, bad weather, hurricanes. Well, if it hits you, you're wiped out. I mean, if a tornado hits your house, you're in trouble. Prepping for that is, maybe you need somewhere. I mean, that's just rough. You just can't stay in your home if you get torn from a tornado. Okay. But we had when the tornadoes hit here in April the 27th, I believe it was, in 2011. We had several tornadoes come through, and one of them was the EF5. That's the one that passed close to my house. and it took out the power transmission tower between Browns Ferry and me. It took out a whole bunch of them, just a whole line. It just traveled down that line. It just took out one after another after another. And so I was extremely astonished that we had power back on in a week. Much longer. Because they didn't have those power. The power's replaced yet. They managed to reroute the power. And Redstone Arsenal, it had the power they needed. Now Redstone Arsenal does have a garbage plant. Garbage to make electric power on Redstone Arsenal. So it's actually a power provider. But the military there, they were taking care of the community. That was really nice of them to do that. And that helped us get power back on a lot sooner. All North Alabama was out of power for like a day or a few hours, but I was out of power for about a week. It was 5 days, I think, in my case. And some people were out of power longer. But how do you deal with a long-term power outage like that? Well, I was already a prepper. I already had a little cook stove and had gas, and things like that. So I was able to cover myself. I went and got a generator. I had to go all the way to. So they just got hit by these tornadoes. But that's actually where I found my generators that I used from Aquaponics. Time I got back though from there, I had dead fish. It was too late for my fish, but I was able to keep my. See, I got a long-term running aquaponics project. My aquaponics project is my outside system is probably a dozen years old. It's the longest running one in North Alabama. I've been in aquaponics for a while. I've been prepping for a long time. I didn't even call it prepping when I started. It was just being smart, survival, basically, in case things go bad. They didn't have a word for prepping back in the day when I started. I just knew there was always a chance that things would go bad. Get ready for them. So, it's come in handy for me being a prepper twice. Once for that tornado, it came in real handy because I was able to cook. I had a gas stove in the house. I mean, a little portable gas camp stove with propane bottles that go with them, little ones, portable ones. And I got a generator. Now that won't work for a grid down, and even the propane, that's a short-term solution. But it got me through. And then when we had the big shutdowns about the bug that went around, I was able to do okay then too, because I had. I laughed at the toilet paper preppers. That's mainly because I already had plenty of it. I had already thought ahead. These people hadn't. They panicked. Well, I wasn't. So that's the beauty of being a prepper, is you don't. Now, I'm coming into a town and I'm buffering. I'm coming into a little town here and I'm buffering. Wow. I've had this thing buffer under a cell phone tower. So you go figure that. Just go figure that, huh? What's the deal, guys? It is crazy. I can see a tower in sight of me right now. Sunset. This is Ardmore. I'm going to turn around and go back home. I just want to spend a few minutes with you guys. Going in the store here. They're shut down. Got a little parking lot here I can pull over into and see how everybody's doing in the video. My cigar went out. Ain't got time to mess with it. Alright, let's turn the phone back around. Hello. Set that cigar down. It went out on me. Yeah, I should be live tonight with Lee Will Barker. I might do another video between now and then. I don't know. There's plenty to cover. I just thought this would be a good time to finally talk a little bit about the tornadoes and what that means for prepping. And what that means for prepping is, tornadoes, bad weather, natural disasters. There's all kind of natural disasters. That's one of the big reasons to prep, and you don't have to have a year's worth of supplies to cover you for something like that. A week's worth will probably do you. If you got a month's worth, you're better off, I would urge everybody to try to get a year's worth, and I know everybody can't afford that all at once, but look, if every week you bought an extra week's worth of food, and I'd have a year's worth. If you keep doing it in 3 years, you can cover yourself for 3 years, right? Or buy a bigger chunk every month or every 2 months. You can go to prepwithgreg.com. There's the stuff there too. But you can go to the big box stores and get stuff. So all that. So let's see what else going on. Yeah, it's crazy. Every time this thing's buffered out, I'm losing the chat that was above it. So I lost a lot of the chat here. Let's see. Some of that I've seen here. Maybe time to stop and try resetting the stream. That ain't it. It's a stupid phone. I've had so much trouble with live streaming from this phone. It's terrible, True Helper. Hey y'all, says Lobance did great. Hey, I think that's my new contact here. I went to a prepper meeting, guys. I went to a prepper meeting Saturday after I went and delivered microgreens, and there was a local prepper meeting, and some of them got some other networks that we'll be able to plug into, guys. So we need to do that. We need to work with them and these other prepper networks. We got to plug in together and have each other's shoulders and get our communities going, guys. And you can always send an email and put tribe in it, in the subject line. Send to info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org. And some of you, New Days, some of you mods can put that link in here. Steely Dan, how you doing? So Mr. Lobance, he actually was the organizer of that event. And he had a really good event. He talked about the risk of one of your biggest risks when it goes down. You got to worry about that Billy Ray guy who's going to form up his little hoodlum gang and come to your place and get your stuff eventually. So he did a really good job. I really appreciate what he did and what he organized. The folks who got together, storm shelters would always be good for tornadoes, absolutely. And there's also ways to build some shelters in your house if you can't go underground. And inappropriate shelters could double as storm shelters and radiation shelters. If you see my video I did on nuclear bug out, I covered that radiation shelter in there, and that radiation shelter could also double as a storm shelter. You don't have to be below ground. You can, if you use the really big concrete box and fill them with sand. I covered that stuff, guys. Root cellar doubling as a storm shelter, absolutely. A storm to be remembered for years to come, or about 2 feet in hitting the next 3 days. Oh, you got another storm coming there. Where are you located? Is It's-A-Me? I'm not sure I can read the name there. How you doing, Arnold? When I'm working outside, I stop buffering from my Samsung 8x8 by turning off the Wi-Fi connection. I don't have a Wi-Fi connection on this thing. I don't have it set to that. 27 is my checking number. I appreciate that. I mean, you gave us the 27th thumbs up. We got 37 in the room and only 34 thumbs up. I appreciate. Oh, we got 36 in the room. Ain't that a whole lot. That's pretty low attendance here. Of course, I didn't announce this meeting. Like I said, though, keep an eye out for me to be with Lee Willwater tonight. Chris Chin, hi from Chattanooga. I don't even know what Lee wants to talk about yet. I need to find out. Hey from Chattanooga. Good to see you from Chattanooga. Yeah, hey, you in Chattanooga, pay attention. We're going to be, some of us will be meeting for prepping and stuff around here. Hey, from Tennessee, also Sherman Truth Wolf. There we go. New Day's been prepping all my adult life. We never called it prepping. Used to call it being country folks, a way of life. Exactly, it was a way of life. It wasn't prepping. Army mobility officer. I lost all my CBs in a boating accident. Oh my gosh. You had all your CBs in the boat? Wow. That's tragic. So, oh yeah, I got you. I got you. Never mind. We call them nugs on this channel. We tend to call them nugs. I got you entirely. Sorry about that. Transmitting power. Yeah. I got what you mean with that. It's how far can you transmit that lead? Steve-O Charette says, what's going on, Mr. Awesome Hat? Didn't you say it was $10 for raffle? Nah. You don't want my hat. Yeah, he wants me to raffle my hat off here. Yeah, I know, I got it. Let's see, I got it entirely there. Army Mobility Officer. All right, there's the Facebook groups. Yeah, so we got a Facebook group. That's the link to it there. And you can always email us at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org and put tribe in the subject line if you're interested in a survival tribe. If you're interested in our Freedom Restoration Foundation, put freedom in the subject line. $12 for the hat? No, I'm not selling this hat. I wouldn't know how to do without this hat, guys. I'm doing good, bud, but I was worried about you the other day, but I see you. Yeah, I didn't have any problems where I'm at. Anyway, guys, I'm going to finish the video up here. I just want to do a real quick one conversation, talk about the tornado prepping, prepping and how it pertains to storms. So even if, a lot of us are major disaster preppers. We prep for grid down and the big stuff. And, for that, you need to have years worth of stuff. And that's some serious prepping. But you got to start somewhere. And even the little starts can help you from these day-to-day, well, not day-to-day, but these, these environmental disasters, the weather, the natural catastrophes that come from time to time. Any prepping will help you when it comes to that. Got more intense, stronger tornadoes coming. Oh no, really? That don't sound good. So the word is got more intense, stronger tornadoes coming. Heads up. Where, when? What's the word? I've been messing with my vehicles and doing other stuff. I've not been plugged into the news. I'm sure Leo will give me a good update on that. Yeah, where, Rage? Talk to us. Before we end this video, Rage, come in here and tell us about Raging Against the Machine. Tell us something about this. Where, when, Midwest. Okay, all right, guys in the Midwest, heads up. Heads up. Wouldn't surprise me. Another line of big storms on the Rage. So, everybody keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel, like I always tell you. And anybody that's new to my channel, I refer to my subscribers as swivel heads, because I know everybody here has their eyes wide open and head on a swivel to see what's coming. Alrighty there, All the Sun, appreciate it. And I'm all is on, All the Sun. I have high winds, rain melted all my snow. Wow, really? Okay. Bought a fire axe to cut wood out of the house if needed. Well, go out and test it, Chris. Make sure the handle ain't going to break on you before. Last thing you want to do is the first use of your item is when you're in an emergency. Go out and practice with some of this stuff. Make use of it. Make sure all that stuff works. And then if it gets bad, you know it's good. But there's nothing worse than your life depends on it and it breaks on you, the first time you use it. There's something called infant mortality, and that's when things weren't made well and they break right off the bat when you first start using it. Well, I don't see any steam, so I reckon my truck repair is holding, guys. It seems to be holding. Not smelling the antifreeze. So I think all's good. I think all is good here. Always throw a fire axe or a electric chainsaw would be neat for the task. Electric chainsaw, yeah, as long as you got electric grid running. The Yachtman. BS, the tornado situation is miserable on top of everything else. Thanks for covering the topic. So much caring needs to be done for the folks. Yeah, if you're anywhere around, you can help the people there where those tornadoes went through, by all means, help out. Sometimes just showing up with chainsaws to clear roads and things after tornadoes is a big thing. Do anything you can. It's rough. It's rough when people get like that. I mean, they lost their homes, their lives. It takes years to put all that back together, and then if they lost loved ones, you can't put that back together. That's gone. That's gone. And that's what these tornadoes can do, especially if they hit late, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., people are in bed. That's awful. Get your weather radio. Website, Ryan Hall on weather. Okay, people, check that out. Website, Ryan Hall on weather. That might give you some, how's your daughter and family, Arnold says. My daughter is going to Kenya here in a couple days. She's going to see her mom. Well, my youngest daughter. The other one is in Texas. They're doing fine. They just had my grandson has now been in a play, a Nutcracker opera play. Actually, he is a ballerina. He is a ballerina, whatever you call him, bell guy in the ballerina. Well, I don't know what the word is. My whole family is really into the arts, guys. See what, my man, that's why I moved to Arizona. There you go. Well, I got 40 acres out there. I got to get my tail out there pretty soon. Ryan Hall, I'm damn good with that. Ryan Hall is good at what he does. Okay. Try not to read some of those words. Well, I said, what? All right. Guys, I'm going to let it go here. I'm going to run. I don't have backup lights on this vehicle, but I can still back up. It ain't that dark yet. But anyway, it's been good. Appreciate everyone here. I want everyone to take care. Spread the word. This is part of why we prep, guys. This is part of it. Natural catastrophes happen. You never know when they're going to hit you. Even if the tornado don't hit you directly, you might be out of power. I was out of power for a week back in 2011. And I was glad that I was already a prepper. Long before I even knew what to call it. So it's a good thing to do, guys. Prep. Get ready. And we got some tough times coming. We got the worst times you can imagine from the looks of things. Get ready, folks. Prep like your life depends on it, because it just may. Prep for all you got. I mean, try to have a year's, 2 years, 3 years food supply if you can. Whatever you can do. 7 years. I mean, just remember in the Bible what they did. 7 years. If you have a nuclear winter, if you have a volcanic winter, yeah, 7 years is what you're going to need. Hopefully, we won't need it, and you'll have time to prep up to that. But you know, you may not even be able to grow a garden if we have a nuclear winter or a volcanic winter for maybe 2 or 3 years, unless you grow indoors. So just keep that in mind, guys. Greenhouses. You can always grow microgreens in your windowsill, if nothing else. All right, I'm going to go, guys. Did you see Tonight with Lee? See you tonight with Lee. What time, Greg? I think it's going to be 7 Central Standard Time. I got to get with him, though. I haven't re-coordinated with him. I don't remember reading the book too much, but I remember reading the book. Okay. Go out and practice what you prep, guys. Practice. Get a little practice in if you can. Alrighty, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care and have an awesome night, everyone. And we'll see many of you on Lee Wilbarger tonight. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks, Brandy. Much love back. And we'll see y'all later. Bye. And